Hey fam, good afternoon, good morning. I'm coming to you. I'm in Pennsylvania. We're getting ready to leave on our way down to Edwardsville, Illinois. And I wanted to come to you this morning and just say happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there, including my husband, who is an 8-year Navy veteran. And also, what else? Oh, and it's his birthday, so happy birthday to him as well. What I wanted to talk to y'all this morning was about there's a lot of us that are getting together, either purchasing our first truck or leasing our first truck. Okay, so once you made the decision, that's what you want to do. When you if you leasing your truck from a company outside of your own company or outside of quality, that doesn't require a certain type of company that you have to go to. They do have leases out there like that. You want to look at your fixed expenses. You want to look at making sure that you keep your payments low. Also, when you're going out there financing a truck as well, you want to make sure that your debt to ratio is down, that you don't have to put a whole lot of money down, and then when you get through paying for the truck, it's not going to be worth your return in it. So you want to put down, get that truck paid off as quickly as possible if you're financing it. Try to get your payments as low as possible, anywhere between 350 a week to 450 a week is pretty good. Usually when you finance your vehicle, you're going to get a monthly payment instead of a weekly payment. So and after you purchase your truck note is not usually due until about 30 to 45 days after you get your truck. So you got plenty of time to get it DOT inspected. You got plenty of time to get out there and start running before you make your first truck payment. Try to keep the payments anywhere between 1350 and $1,600, I would say, a month. You don't want to get a truck payment paying more than you make a week, okay? But then after you get financed, okay, and they tell you that you can come and pick up your truck and things like that, you got to find a company that you want to put it on. A lot of companies like Landstar, if you want to put your truck over there, you need to start your application process early, okay? At least about 30 days in advance, because they do take a while to get back to you as far as getting all your paperwork and everything done. Once you pick up your truck from the finance, I mean, from the truck place. Once you pick it up from there, they're supposed to have a DOT inspection where it passes DOT for you. The company that you lease onto is going to require you to have a DOT inspection um, themselves as well, and they're going to inspect your vehicle to make sure it's okay. You want to make sure that before you leave the truck place, if the company that you sign on to find any problems with that truck, they are willing to fix it for you at no additional cost, okay? Also make sure you ask them about your extended warranty on the vehicle. See what that covers as well. When you bring in a truck from the outside onto a company, you want to make sure the fees that you have for that company. The name of this game is to keep your fixed costs low as possible. Okay, you want to ask the company, do you have trailer rental fees? What is your trailer rental fees? Some companies will pay you a percentage of if you're coming in using their trailers. They may give you 67% of the load, or they may give you a higher percentage if you're using your own trailer. Okay, so you want to make sure that you ask them, what will my trailer rental be? Am I going to be required to be on paper log or e-logs? Okay, that's important as well. If you are not required to be on e-logs, you want to make sure that you know how to document and do your paper logs. Okay. There's a lot of people that's been driving, that's been on e-log so long that they forgot how to do a paper log. So you need to make sure that you are doing that correctly, because a lot of times that responsibility is going to fall on you as far as keeping track, being an owner operator. Um, Another way, too, you want to ask about your tolls. Who's going to pay for your tolls? Do they provide an easy pass? Do they provide a pike pass? What do they provide for you? Do they reimburse you if you're running for a reefer company? You want to ask them, do they reimburse you for the fuel, for the reefer fuel? You want to ask them things like, usually owner operators are responsible for getting their trucks and everything washed. Tolls can be negotiated with some companies that pay percentage. You may have to be responsible for your tolls. Um, you want to ask them, can you put somebody in your truck? If you decide that you want to move somewhere else or keep the truck there, you want to ask them, are they flexible with your drivers? Can you hire your own drivers to put in your truck? You want to be able to do that. Once you get your truck, you're going to do one of two things. You're going to either lease that truck on to a company, meaning sign it on to somebody that's already established, like Great Wide, Landstar, any of those companies. You're going to sign it on with them, okay? Or you're going to get your own authority, okay? Getting your own authority, I would not recommend as far as just going to buy your truck and you never ran before, okay? There's a lot more responsibility as far as permits and, things like that that you have to be responsible for, and you have to make sure that you got in place before you start running. I mean, you can do it, but if you don't know what you're doing, it's real difficult to do that up front. I'm going to do a video later on for people who do want to run under their authority, what it costs, what the permits cost before you're actually up and running. You also got to be able to finance yourself for a period of time, because most companies don't pay you right away if you're running under your own authority. You got to get your customer base. You got to they don't pay you right away. They may pay you 30 days, okay? Leasing on to a company, you get paid right away. You don't have to wait 30 days. The only other way that you could do it is you could turn your bills into like a factoring company, and they will be able to pay you in advance. Um, but they do take a percentage of it as well, okay? So you don't have to wait for those bills to come. But you have what is called rejects, or something that maybe the customer didn't pay you. If you was late, they didn't pay you the whole amount that you was told that you was going to be paid. They took some back. So if the factoring company paid you the money for the bill and you owe back, you're going to have to pay the factoring company back for the money, because the customer took it because you was late or something happened, okay? um, you have to have a backup plan. Who's going to be your repair person? Who's going to be able to, if something happens to the truck, who's going to repower your load? You got to sign on to, you can also sign on to like broker companies and run for them. When you bring it in a truck from another company and you lease it on to a company, make sure they don't, a lot of times they don't require you to take out maintenance because that's your truck, okay? But you want to make sure, if they don't require you to take out maintenance, make sure that you have a separate maintenance account for your truck. Like right now, my maintenance account, I think it's about $4,500. I get a statement every month or every quarter of what it is, anything that was taken out. Some if you're leasing a truck and you're with the company that you're leasing with, they have the option of telling you, where to get that truck fixed. Okay, they want to be able to say, come to the yard, get it fixed at the TA. They have that option. When you're an owner operator and you bring your truck into the company, they're not going to necessarily work on your truck. Okay, depending on that company, they may not work on your truck, and the reason is they don't want to be responsible if something happens to your truck. That the person that you have to be responsible for that. Okay, so you want to make sure that you put money into a maintenance account to cover all your maintenance expenses. Well, Tara, what if something happens that the warranty doesn't cover, and it's still a lot of money for you to get fixed? Like something goes out, you need a whole set of brakes or tires or whatever, and it's not covered under your warranty, extended warranty, and you don't have the money saved up to fix it. Okay, a lot of people, what they do, if their truck break down and it may cost $15,000 to get it fixed, they don't have no warranty, they don't have no maintenance money, all they have is operating costs or operating expenses that they have, and they haven't saved up that money. A lot of them will put their trucks up for a while, go lease a truck from like a company like KLLM or somewhere that they can walk away from, and be able to work to make enough money to pay for the cost to get their own truck fixed, and then go back to doing their thing with their truck. Okay. Um, and there's nothing wrong with that. You have to do what you have to do in order to get back into business and running for your own self. So there's a lot of options, but you want to make sure that you save that money in your maintenance account. Also, you want to decide, if you're going to, are you just going to run by yourself? Are you just going to run one truck? Or at a later time, do you want to add more trucks and run those trucks? Once you get your first truck and you start running, and you okay with, you got the fuel and everything under control, and you got the fixed expenses under control, you saving your money in your maintenance, and you could start seeing, a little profit from running yourself, either leased on or by yourself. And you decide that you want to add another truck, later on down the line, a lot of people will let you do that with the company that you purchase your truck with, 6 months to a year down the line. What I plan on doing, because we're okay with our payments now, we got our fixed costs down to where we want them, and we got our fixed costs down to where we want them, and what I'm going to do is we're going to team together for about a year. Okay, and then after that, I'm going to see about getting into either planning a load, being a load planner at my company, and get the other side of the business of, how the loads are rated, how to plan the loads, how to rate the loads, how to run the loads, how to dispatch the loads, so and still keep my truck running. And then when we decide to add drivers, I want to be able to add those drivers on my board. Okay, so if I'm already working inside, and either I'm planning the loads or I'm dispatching the loads, have my own load board with my own team on there, and run them, with my trucks. Okay, so that's what I plan on doing. So we're gonna go hard at this for a year, and still get money saved up and put in the bank, and then after that, that's when we're going to probably, I'm gonna go in and learn the other side of the business, of the industry. Okay, so I can start adding people, learning how to dispatch them, learning how to plan the loads, learning how to get customers, and things like that. But there's a whole lot of things that you could do. I also want to let you know that, there's not one way to do this. It's a lot of us that are entrepreneurs out here, and we have a lot of different ways of starting our business, of financing our business, and making sure that our business works for us. Okay, you will see that some of us don't get it the first time we try it, but we try again. And we're going to have ups and downs. It's not always going to be highs, and it's not always going to be lows, but we will be able to. It's his birthday day, right? You want to say happy birthday to yourself? It's his birthday day, so we taking off in 10 days, and gonna have a great time, okay? But you want to be put in a situation where you're not stressing about your fixed costs, okay? You have owner operators that come out here and they just work for the summertime, and their trucks are paid off, and they go home, during the winter months, okay? But we want to, instead of focusing on the problems that when you have a problem out here with trucks and getting trucks and everything, we want to try to find solutions for you to make sure that you can find the things that you want to do the way you want to do them coming out here, okay? We all don't have the same way of doing things. We don't have the same way agree on how to get a truck. Some people like leasing, some people like financing, some people like just going out there paying cash. There's no wrong or right. I mean, there's no wrong way of doing it, because at the end of the day, it's all about the net of what you're putting into your pocket, making sure that you are comfortable in what you're doing and able to handle your expenses and finances and things like that. We got to focus on, once you done got your business LLC, once you done got everything established for that, those of us that don't have perfect credit and great credit, we need to also start working on getting that back up to par to where it needs to be, because that is one of the responsibilities of being a business owner, is also handling your finances, okay? So if your credit is not up to par, we need to find out ways to get it up to par. Like I told y'all, I did lost my train of thought. Like I told y'all, I did look at some programs of credit repair and things like that. But at the end of the day, I really feel like it's something that you can handle on your own, and you do not have to pay people a lot of money to do something like that for you. Okay, if you're really serious about repairing your credit and building your credit back up, all it takes is a little bit of research and time, and you'll be able to do that on your own. But other than that, y'all, I'll talk to y'all later. I just wanted to come and give you a little quick update about, working with people now that are actually financing their trucks and actually leasing their trucks, and some of the things that we're going to have some challenges, and how we fix those challenges, and how we come up with solutions together, and making sure that we make this business work. So I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.